Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. I'm Kelly, and on today's video I am really excited because I'm going to share with you all an update on my seed snails. So keep watching and I will share with you how well it worked and if I recommend using the seed snail in your gardens. Now, if you aren't familiar with what a seed snail is, I'll make sure to put a link below in the description for my original video, which I uploaded about 10-11 days ago, where I planted a bunch of seeds in these seed snails. So about 10 days ago, I planted these seeds and look at them go. These are pumpkin seeds, and as you can see on the label here, I've written pumpkin butternut the 4th of the 8th. So about just over 10 days ago, I planted these seeds. Now I planted 33 seeds in this seed snail here, and these seeds were actually from pumpkins that we grew in our garden last year. So I'm really excited to grow plants from seed that we've saved, because this means that these plants are going to already be more acclimatized to our area, which is really exciting. Now, like I said, I planted 33 seeds and I counted them all, and I've got about 31 seedlings here, so that's not a bad go. Now you probably can tell that these seedlings are a little bit leggy, and that's actually my fault. We had moved the seed snails into the house and put them on a heat mat. However, when they germinated, I didn't put them outside straight away. I left them inside for a day and they shot up quickly, which made them a bit leggy. I hope that's not going to have an impact when I send them out into the garden. But I'll leave them in here for a bit longer and see if they can develop more leaves and get a bit stronger. If I think they needed to be planted out into pots, I'll make sure that I do that, just so we can get nice, strong, healthy plants. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, and I was so incredibly excited about, is the root system for these plants. As you can see here, this is how long it is. It's about 15 centimeters, and we've got roots coming out at the bottom here. That is pretty crazy. I'm not sure if you can see through the side here. Here we go. We've got a nice big root going there. We've got some more over here, and there's some here too, but you may not be able to see through the writing just going up there. So that is pretty cool. So these are our pumpkins, and I do have another one for pumpkins as well. So in total we've just got just over 60 pumpkin seedlings in seed snails between the two seed snails. Now I am not sure if I'm going to open them up or if I will wait a little bit longer. In the videos that I've watched, in order to keep them in the seed snail for longer, people do unwrap them and just simply add more soil. So I think I may do that maybe in a few days, but right now there's a fair bit of soil in each layer already. There's not too many layers in here, so I may leave them just for a little bit longer and unwrap them in a few days or so. Now, like I said in the original video, yes, this is foam, so it isn't biodegradable. However, I'm planning on getting quite a few uses out of this foam, so it's definitely not a one use and then throwing out. And this is what the original creator used in her videos to make her seed snail, so I thought I would give this a go first. Now, I have seen other people using cardboard or hessian, things like that, and they do seem to work as well. So down the track I may give those a go, but to start off with, I thought I would try the foam, and it seems to be working really well. It's holding in the moisture. Now, when I planted these, I did put them down on a tray, and I actually watered them from the bottom. So we put water down in the base of the tray, and it would just suck up the water from the base up to the roots. And I'm wondering if that is why the root growth has been so strong, the roots stretching down to the water. This one here is the sunflower that we did plant in the video, and I planted this on the same day, so the 4th of the 8th, and they are also a bit leggy as well because I did have them in the house and I didn't put them out in the sun in time, so they are a bit leggy. I'm hoping that we can fix that, but as you can see here, look at this root system as well. That is That is quite spectacular. And you can see along the side here, you've got the roots. It's pretty cool. But the fact that they're coming out of the bottom, and this is the same height as well, it's about 15 centimeters. Very cool. So far, I'm really excited about this method, and you can see I've still got some coming up here. Now, one thing that I would say when you're making the seed snails, definitely put them on a tray. That's going to stop any soil from falling out because you've got it on a solid base, but also you can add water to the tray as well, so you can bottom water it, which is really handy. Another thing is, if you're going to move them inside on a heat mat to try and encourage faster germination if you're in the colder months, definitely look out for when they germinate and get them out into the light straight away. Otherwise you're going to end up with leggy seedlings like what I've got here. I'm hoping it's not too late for these guys. I'll give them a go and see how they go in the garden anyway. Another tip that I can offer when starting your seed snails is to make sure that you're putting the seed deep enough in the soil. This is particularly important if you're starting bigger seeds like pumpkin or rock melon or beans or peas, things like that. I did have a few seeds that obviously I didn't cover them enough, and when they germinated the root came out as well, so it's obviously not going to be a strong plant, so you want to make sure you cover that seed enough. I did use soil to cover the seeds in a lot of my seed snails. However, I have used vermiculite as well in a couple of them. I like to use vermiculite when I'm covering my seeds in the soil blocks, as it is only a very light covering, which makes it easy for the seeds to break through. In this seed snail, I have planted some lettuce, and as you can see, it is very full, and I probably planted way too many seeds. Now, if you've planted lettuce before, you will know that the seeds are really tiny, and sometimes when you're pouring them out, a whole bunch might just spill out accidentally, and that is what happened in the case of this seed snail. So I just kind of spread them out, and I thought I'll see how they go. So it's looking very busy and full at the moment. I have started taking some out around the middle here, and I guess I will just see how this goes and continue to prick them out and to pot them up around the garden. I planted this 2 days after I planted the pumpkins and the sunflower. Does look pretty though, doesn't it? Another experiment that I was trying to do with these seed snails is to fix some leggy tomato seedlings. The good thing with tomatoes though is that they have the ability to grow roots all the way up and down their stems. So I decided on a little experiment. This one here is only a mini seed snail, and in fact I didn't start these seeds, I planted the seedlings inside the seed snail, so I guess it's more like a seedling snail. But I did this to try and fix how leggy they were. Now I know that they may still look a little bit leggy, but when I put these guys in there, the stems were probably that long, so they were extremely leggy, and I knew that I had to try and fix them before getting them out into my garden. They're looking pretty good now. This variety is called Gross Lizzie, and this is one that I grew in the garden last year as well. What I wanted to show you, if you can see here, these are the roots. Can you see that? These are the roots of these tomatoes coming out of the bottom of the seed snail. Isn't that incredible? So incredible. This is another seed snail that I started. Now I did start this on the same day that I started the sunflower and the pumpkin as well. And you may not be able to see, but there are actually three little seedlings. Here we go, just over there. There's another one here, and this is actually chamomile. Now, I love growing chamomile in the garden, but I actually had a little bit of difficulty with it last year. I think by the time I started the seeds, it was just really too hot and it didn't handle it well. But the year before, I had lots of chamomile in the garden, and it was absolutely beautiful. Not only is it such a great plant to have for pollinators, but it looks so pretty, and you can use the flowers for tea. So I'm so excited to get some chamomile in the garden. This variety is German chamomile. It's an annual. However, if you let it go to flower and leave some flowers on the plant, they will set seed in your garden the next year. So I'm very excited to get some chamomile. So do I recommend using the seed snail method to start seeds in your garden? Yes, I definitely do. Look at these guys go. They are looking really lovely and healthy despite being a little bit leggy because of a mistake that I made, but they are looking really nice and strong. You can see that they've got a nice big healthy root system that's even coming out of the bottom there. So I'm really pleased, and I definitely will be using this method from now on in my garden. You don't need anything special in particular. If you don't have this foam wrap, you can even use cardboard or fabric or another type of material to wrap up the seeds. You don't need any special tools or devices to get going, and they take up such little space. Like I said, I've got about 31 seedlings in here in this tiny amount of space. How amazing is that? So I definitely recommend that you give this method of seed starting a go in your garden. And if you have tried using a seed snail before, make sure you let me know below in the comments and let me know whether you like it and if you recommend it in your garden as well. But that's all for today, guys. I hope this update was helpful for you. If you haven't seen the original video, please make sure that you check it out. I'll pop the link below in the description. Look at that. Definitely makes gardening a bit more fun and less tedious. And if you don't have a lot of space, then this may be the method for you. How fantastic. The seed snail, give it a go. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a like, share it around and subscribe, as that's going to help my channel out a lot. And I really want to encourage you all to get out into your gardens, to start a veggie garden, start growing your own food, and to show you just how easy it really is. Because it's not only wonderful, it's more healthy to grow your own food, but it's so good to get outside for your soul as well. I hope I can encourage you all to get into your gardens today, to plant some seeds, plant some plants, grow some food, and try and be a bit more self-sufficient. But until then, I will see you all next time. Bye.